Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Psych Mom Show. Today, I'm going to talk about a very common issue that I have seen that confuses many men that I will clear up. Why some women hate kissing, why your wife may hate kissing. And I will do that as soon as I tell you to subscribe. My most recent subscriber episode was ways to take care of your wife. And I have 180 others. It's really a lot of bang for your buck. Frequently, pun intended, because a lot of them are about sex. But anyway, not all of them. It's like a lot of information for $9 a month. Okay, so anyway, why do some women hate kissing? So a lot of guys say that their wife used to like to kiss and now she doesn't. Some guys say she never did, so I mean, because she doesn't, you know? Fine, I'll do those first. Why may she just never like to kiss? Well, because she is highly attuned to bad feelings, and she does not, and she considers liquid or something wet to be a, quote, bad feeling, and she doesn't like that, and she has probably a lot of other sensory issues. She's picky with food. She's, just kind of very picky, and she does not like kissing, and she never liked kissing, and you married her, like you broke it, you bought it. No, well, you didn't break it in that case. It's not broken, whatever. You know what I mean? Everybody's allowed to like whatever they like. If you married her and she didn't like kissing, then I don't think you have much of a leg to stand on to like try to change her now so that she does. However, that is not all people, and it's not the majority of people. The majority of people are in a situation where their wife did used to like kissing, and now she doesn't, and they do not know why. Well, here are the reasons why. All right, first of all, women are super, super responsive to smell and taste. The reason for this is women get pregnant, and if they eat something bad and they poison themselves, then it's unsafe for them and the baby. So even when you're pregnant, you get even more sensitive to smell. And that's actually when women are pregnant, if their husband doesn't shower, like he may as well not even come home because she does not want anything to do with him. I know this myself from being pregnant. It's crazy. Your senses are really attuned. But if you're a highly sensitive person, if your wife is a highly sensitive person, she's probably just like that anyway. More so when she's pregnant, of course. And the smell and the taste, if you don't brush your teeth, is very, very aversive to her, and truly, this is a real big shift in mindset for a lot of men. I have consistently been amazed by how many men think that brushing your teeth is optional. Not all men, of course, but many. And certainly think it's optional to do it twice a day. It's not. It's necessary. Do it in the morning. You do it in the evening. This actually gets rid of the problem for many couples, more than you would realize. And shaving. If she does not like some women like beards, more and more now. But if she doesn't like the soft beard, it's very scratchy. Again, the more sensitive your wife is, the more that she will be attuned to these physiological problems, such as your scratchy beard, which often literally makes women's faces hurt, so the stubble, not like a longer beard, if she likes that, and the taste and smell. And also you showering. I mean, she doesn't want your whole body next to her to kiss you if you didn't shower. So a tremendous change in hygiene can be transformative for many men. But then some men say, I shower twice a day, I brush my teeth twice a day, I floss, I'm wonderful, and she still doesn't want to kiss me. What else is there? Well, so some people, the wife only like to kiss them in the honeymoon stage. As I've discussed so many times, you are hyped up on dopamine, adrenaline, oxytocin, etc. in the honeymoon stage, which of course lasts 1.5 to 3 years, as you know from listening to this podcast. And after that, it's like she's not drunk anymore. Like she's sobered up. Like it was like 3 years of being drunk where, she's much, much more uninhibited. And then she gets her inhibitions back, and she basically sobers up. And at that point, then she doesn't like the same things, whether kissing or oral sex or whatever. She just doesn't like those same things anymore. But it's not like she never did, even in the honeymoon stage, like our first example. So these women frequently still like kissing if your hygiene is on point, even if it didn't used to have to be in the honeymoon stage. And when when they are ovulating, or at least in the first half of their cycle. And if you do not remember how important ovulation is for women, then listen to my podcast, What Does Ovulation Feel Like for Women? And you will understand. And if you're going to say your wife is menopausal, yes, I get it. She doesn't ovulate. I can't make her ovulate. Sorry. I could do a lot of things, but not that one. And so she doesn't have an ovulation phase. Or if she's on hormonal birth control, she doesn't have an ovulation phase. So maybe try as hard as you can with the hygiene and the next one that I'm going to talk about, which is technique. A lot of guys kiss in a way that their wife does not like. And again, during the earliest phases, she was scared to hurt your feelings, and or she was, of course, just in a better mood all the time because she was drunk on love and new relationship energy. So it wasn't as aversive to her. But now it's extremely aversive. And the way that the most men kiss that women don't like is this very aggressive thing where they stick their tongue in your mouth and they're slobbering on you. And I don't know if it comes from porn or something, but it's kind of like this. They stick the tongue in your mouth and wiggle it around and grab you, and it's just terrible. And every woman has experienced something like that in her life. And it's kind of like, feels like a drunk frat boy, And that is not the kind of kissing that women usually like. And so how do you figure out what she likes? You ask her. You say, I don't think I kiss in a way that you like. And she may be like, oh, no, but you'll sense a vast wave of relief, or she'll look at you really fast. How the fuck did you know? Did you go through the notes app on my phone? And don't do that, by the way. Never go through your wife's stuff. That was just a joke ever. She doesn't write notes about how poorly you kiss. But anyway, she will look at you like, oh, wait, shit, how did you know that? And hopefully, especially, again, if she's in the first half of her cycle or she's ovulating, and you say this, you could say, kiss me how you would like me to kiss you. And then she may. And this is how a lot of people in my practice find out what their wife likes. And then they're shocked, right, by how different they were doing it, because it's literally two different species. One of the species is a penguin and the other one is I don't know, an asteroid. That's how different they are. And so the woman usually likes kissing that's out of a rom-com or romantic movie or something. And if you look at the scenes on TV where people are making out, that's not just TV. That's what she wants it to be like. And not everybody, I'm sure. But generally, there is an accepted style of slow, sensual kissing where there's not a lot of tongue down the throat. There's not a lot of spit everywhere. And that seems to be what women like. And that's because it's more sensual. And especially, and you could refer back to the Erotic Blueprints podcast, if she has a sensual erotic blueprint, then she likes a lot of slow kissing, making out. As I've talked about numerous times, unfortunately, a lot of women stop liking their sex lives once they start having sex. Meaning that once they start having intercourse, their young partner in high school or college is so excited by this new, thing he can do that he stops all the multi-hour make-out sessions and basically hours of foreplay that they were doing before intercourse was on the menu. And that was her favorite part about sex, was the long make-out sessions. And so you can bring that back for your wife. If she's a sensual blueprint, you can engage in the long make-out sessions of her youth, hopefully everybody has that experience, of having a make-out session that they enjoy. And, you could bring that back for her. And a lot of guys move very, very fast past the kissing stage into sex. And so if she associates that it's going to be a 30 seconds of aggressive kissing, and then you pull off the blankets and start going down on her like you haven't eaten in 3 years, then yeah, she's going to hate it, right? I've talked to you guys about oral sex, that's not foreplay in that way. And if not, listen to the Oral Sex on Women podcast. And a lot of guys move very quickly and aggressively from kissing to other sorts of porn-like sex maneuvers that the woman also doesn't like, none of which ever make her aroused. listen to my podcast, Female Arousal, do you know what it looks like? And, basically then you've trained her to be nearly phobic of you kissing her because it always just leads to other things that she doesn't like. She doesn't like the entire experience of sex because you've not learned how to do it very well. No offense, I hope your feelings aren't hurt. But as I've discussed so many times, like a lot of women don't give feedback. There's really, you don't know how to do that as a young woman. So then there's a lot of guys that have had sex with, like, let's say the average of 6 women. And they get married to, let's say, the 6th, because we're talking about the average here. And the 5 women before never gave him any feedback at all because they didn't want to hurt his feelings. They didn't know any better. They were virgins. What the hell did they know? Or they were drunk and, whatever. Point being, man never got any feedback. And his wife, kind of doesn't know what to say or how to say it. She doesn't even know where to start. The problems are so wide-ranging that she just does not even know how to start. And this is how, and she doesn't even know what better would be because maybe she just had bad sex in her life too. And this is when it's very useful to work with somebody like Heather, our sexologist at Best Life Behavioral Health, or somebody like me, or any sort of sex-positive therapist who will talk about sex in depth, or a sex therapist, and who can really kind of get to the heart of the matter and understand what is going so terribly wrong that's making her not want to do it. Because kissing may be linked to a whole range of bad things. So again, just to summarize here, there could be multiple reasons. The first is that she never liked it anyway. And of course, perhaps she never liked it anyway because of one of these other reasons, right? Perhaps she never liked it anyway because your hygiene was always bad, because you've been a bad kisser, or because you move very quickly from kissing to sex that she doesn't like. And there's your summary. So it could be either that she never liked it because of any of those things, or she used to like it in the honeymoon stage, and now one of those 3 things is stopping her from liking it now. So this would be a very good one to talk about with your wife. And so again, the solve on this is for you to say, so you gotta you cannot ask her, do you like how do we not kiss because you don't like how I kiss? You can't say that, because if she considers herself to be a nice person, women are raised to people please. Nobody gave me the memo, but apparently women are raised to people please. And she's never going to say to you, yeah, you're terrible. So what you do is you say, I know you don't like kissing me. I want it to get better. Which of these problems is the worst? Is it like the hygiene? Is it the technique? Or is it that I move too quickly to sex? Just literally put it out there. Because in the worst case, there is no worst case scenario. Because if she doesn't think any of those, then she'll be like, no, it's none of those, and I just never liked kissing. Did you forget? Or I don't know, I'm depressed, or I don't know what she would say, something. And in a best case, she would be like, oh yeah, I never wanted to say it. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it is. It's like all of those, and that would be a best case, because then you get to fix it. Is always the best case to get feedback. And I have a whole podcast on how to get genuine sexual feedback from your wife. And it's basically to be open-minded and non-defensive. And that's what you have to be in every single aspect of life if you want to get honest feedback from anybody, whether it's man, woman, or child, about any aspect of your behavior. And being courageous enough to ask for that feedback, or to state it, literally to be like, what can I improve? Not can I improve anything, which then she may say no because she doesn't want to hurt your feelings, but what can I work on most? Please show me how to kiss you, teach me, you kiss me how you would want me to teach you, and then kiss you. And then when she does it, don't say anything out of nervousness or just ineptitude, social ineptitude, like, what? That's not good kissing or something, because believe me, I've seen a lot of stuff in 15 years in practice. And if you somehow insulted or imply that the way that she's kissing you is not sexually arousing, then you're first going to have problems, because basically whatever she does is sexually arousing to her, and her being sexually aroused is sexually arousing to you. So even if she's kissing you too slowly for you to really think that it's exciting or what have you, if you're in that position, go get evaluated for ADHD. You heard it here first. And second of all, it's going to be arousing when she gets into it later, which is what's going to happen if you kiss her at first the way that she likes. All right. I hope you enjoyed this PSA. If you're a man who receives a link to this, Obviously, she doesn't know how to tell you, so she's just sending it to you, and be open-minded like I'm literally telling you to be, and be like, oh, which one of these is the worst? You know, let's talk about it. Like, I want to learn how to kiss you better. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for listening. And again, if you ever need a sex positive therapist or coach, reach out to my practice, Best Life Behavioral Health, or email me directly, Samantha at drpsychmom.com.